Yeah, hi there. These comments, I'm going to use the first letter of your name for privacy purposes, K. And thank you for sending me your email of your TOEFL scores. And I got one word for you as it relates to reading. Damn! You did really well in the other sections. You got 22 on the listening, 26 on the speaking, 24 on the writing. And it's really tough to put the 26 and the 24 together, as you know, and you did it, and you got a total score 91. Unfortunately, you did not make it in the reading section. So as you can see in your score report, it says here, they're looking you at intermediate level, but remember that intermediate begins at 15 points, it ends at 21, so you're 19, right? So it says here you have a good command of academic vocabulary, but you have difficulties with higher level vocabulary. It says you have a very good understanding of grammar structure. You can understand and connect information. You can even infer ideas. You can synthesize information, but you have more difficulty when the reading passage has more advanced vocabulary or when what it says conceptually dense type information. So when the reading passage is giving you a lot of technical type concepts and things that you haven't seen before, you're having trouble with that information. It also says that you can recognize the expository organization of a text, which means you know if it's compare and contrast or if it's argue or if it's explaining a process or something like that. You understand that, but you're having difficulty when this organization is not explicit or easy to infer. So what it's saying is you can understand things when you're reading when it's more direct ideas, but when you have to infer those ideas, it's a little harder for you. And then it says you have you can abstract major ideas from a text, but have more difficulty doing so when the text is conceptually dense. So even in this case, when you're reading a passage, if the information there is not really complicated, you can understand the major points without too much difficulty. On the other hand, when the reading passage has more difficult concepts and things, you're having difficulty getting the main points there. So what do? You keep working. Now in this video, I'm gonna put in the box, I'm going to put a link to another YouTube video of a woman. I think she's racing 400 meters. And right in the beginning of the race, she falls down. And immediately she's passed by everybody. She's in last place. But she gets up. You got to see it. She picks herself up. She finished the race and actually wins the race, which is actually quite amazing. So I'm going to put this link in here as a way of motivating you to not give up. I know how upset you must be. I mean, if I were in your shoes, I would also be very upset. I mean, I can feel your pain right here, especially you did what 90% of most TOEFL students cannot do in the same test. You got 26 in the speaking and 24 in the writing. And I know as one of my students, you're always doing your writing and your speaking practice test. Nate and I have had the pleasure to either read your writing or listen to your speaking and give you feedback. And you've definitely been going in the right direction in that area. So now you have to kind of shift your emphasis a little bit, go back to the reading section. And then remember, in terms of reading, there's basically 4 things you have to do in order to improve your reading proficiency. Number 1 is have good vocabulary. It mentioned vocabulary many times in the score report. You need to continue to build your vocabulary proficiency. Secondly, you have to be familiar with the TOEFL IBT reading question types and how to answer those questions. Number 3, you have to improve your reading speed, to maybe at least 300 words a minute. That makes it easier for you to find the information, during the reading test. And the last thing you want to do is to read extensively for about 45 minutes every day for at least a few weeks until you feel like you're doing better with your reading proficiency. And what you can do is, you already know from the TOEFL, you're having difficulty reading conceptually dense material, information with concepts and things that are difficult. So when you're reading, try to find academic type text and information. My reading practice tests at my website have those and display those, but you probably want to go even a step further than that and try to locate some information from maybe a textbook. It might be a geography or a geology textbook, might be history, might be literature, something like that, and spend time reading information from those texts, and that gets you more used to the more difficult kind of language that you will see on the TOEFL test. Alrighty, anyway, hang in there. Don't give up. That's my message in this video. I feel bad for you that you didn't make the goal in the reading section. I'm happy that you did well in the speaking and the writing, and then you passed in the listening area. So just hang in there, and don't forget to watch the video I'm going to post in my comments for this video. All right?